Kato Lowe's. Kato Lowe's.
To or to not play music? I think I'm gonna play some music for a bit. I'm just gonna be messing around with Blender. I want to try to figure out how to like make a tree or something. I want to mess around with the array modifier. Okay. Why is this getting smaller with every single iteration? Why, what is happening that this is getting smaller? Add another object's transformation. Is it because of the scale here? Interesting, okay. Continue? I was reading that, Emma. I am back, Howard. Fools dies. Sounds like something from an anime.
Potato Lows.
Okay, sick. So you can definitely make like fractal shapes with this modifier in Blender. This is what I wanted to see. Alright. So this is nice. This is really nice. What this means is we can make some pretty advanced shapes pretty easily. This will be really nice. Okay. So my plan is to try and finish that the shitty little, I don't know if I'd even call it like a spooky game. I'm thinking of a name for it. Think of finishing or trying to finish this game before Halloween. It's crazy how there's some like insanely good songs on SoundCloud and they just have like 5,000 or 10,000 views. And on YouTube they've got like 1,000 views on some. Or like it's so weird how like an actual artist posts something under their actual post this under their actual YouTube account under Ketelos. They only have like 300 subscribers and it only gets like 10,000 views. But then it gets posted by Base Nation and gets fucking 100,000 views. It's kind of dumb, man. People should just go and support the actual artists instead of supporting like labels and shit. It's kind of weird. Alright, I was, what was I doing last time? I was fixing up this click to place prefab. So that we could place trees through the map. So I've got a basic plan now. The house is going to be like right here or right here. And you're going to make your way along a path along the stream or river. Along here. What game are you making? I'm not sure yet. We're just kind of fucking around and seeing where this goes. It's supposed to try and be a little bit like scary for Halloween. But what I said is it's like ambient horror where it's mostly just gonna give you spooky vibes. Is this not how I set name? Is there one of these where I set a name? No, there isn't. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I'm dumb and was looking at a single line of code. So we got minimum scale, maximum scale. I think, I'm not sure, I don't think we want in unit circle. I think we want a rotation value inside a box. Maybe add that. Vector within box. I think if there's a better way to do this, but I think just going through each random dot range, doing min-max, make it a fighting game. I don't know about that. That would make it very complicated, and I've noticed that in games where you can fight, if it's supposed to be a scary game and you can just like kill whatever it is that's scary, it doesn't work as well. It does not work as well. utility vector random min scale max scale. Okay, so now it'll give us a random scale. When we place these, I actually don't know if I'm going to go ahead and place all of the trees yet. Oh, and this is too big for the window now, so I gotta scale up the window. That is almost too small, but I think it's good. Okay, so I need to make a way. I just realized though, it makes it take way longer to set this up when every time you open this, I guess technically you can like place these anywhere, like right here. That's actually pretty nice. It's actually kind of the nice thing about Unity, so I won't. The issue is I have to set up like this up direction every single time I want to start placing it. I guess it's not the end of the world, but setting all these values every single time is actually like, if you're switching between placing objects, what I think I want, so I think the best thing, if I somehow saved the settings, alright, I mean somehow, if I saved all of these settings for each prefab, and then when you switch out the prefab, it saves these config settings. Ooh, that, yeah. I'm just thinking, do I want to bother? Is the time it takes to program that the time worth the time it would take me to just reset all of this? Whatever. No, I don't think it will. Let's just start making a little shitty map. Maybe I'll just keep the house right here. But I don't know, it feels weird putting the player's house. Maybe I'll move the river a little bit. I don't really want to put the house like right on the river. I guess right here is good. If I get it like sort of around the river. Yeah, I'll probably get it lower. Yeah, the one thing is like you have to put up walls like this so that the player can't see the bottom of the skybox. It's like illusion breaking. Trees will also help there, but it's like, yeah, I can't put the player too close. I should have just made the terrain bigger. But hey, it's a learning process. Can I lower the river anymore? Nice. this. Okay, so I could put the river like as, or stream as low as possible. Then we're gonna put the house pretty low to the ground. I guess I'll just flatten it at this point. I think that's good. Alright, the terrain does not look realistic, and that's what we're going to work on now. The terrain literally right here looks like I went like whoosh, because that's literally what I did. Oh, now I lowered the terrain too much. So we gotta set the height again. But just around the edge of the house. Let's put the player in there and see how does it look from the player's perspective. It really, really makes a difference, like what height level you're looking at things from. Invalid editor window, fallback editor window. What? Alright, random Unity errors. Okay, the game will not start. I guess maybe disable maximize on play. That's so weird. So maximize on play is like broken. Okay, those screen just flashed when the light in there got culled. That's, I'm guessing that's a Unity bug. Okay, if I put trees around here, it's not horrible. That is not horrible. I just noticed as well, though, there is no audio playing. Do I have wind disabled? I do. I need to disable the collider on this water. Or maybe I should keep the collider on the water and then trigger some event when you... I probably should make you not able to just walk through the water. Alright. So I think we're gonna make a path going like through here. And then we're gonna go across. I'll probably put a log or some shit, or maybe just a bridge. Like a bridge over there. And it's not bad. You can't see the horizon anywhere. I think the trees need to be bigger. Overall, though, it's setting the kind of vibe that I want. So let's make a little path walking through there. And then I'll place some trees around there too. So I think applying the erosion effect to this will make it look a lot better. Oh yeah. Makes it look way more like an actual path. Flipped the camera. So I'm thinking though, do I want to make a 3D model for a bridge going over here? I think maybe I do. think I might want to make the mud darker, but should be good for now. I'm thinking I should be using something better for painting these textures. Jitter. Yeah, so I guess doing one of these masks with then a jitter, like a brush rotation jitter, would probably be good. Yeah, that's kind of good. That might be a bit steep for the player. We'll see. I'm just sort of just setting out where I want the path to be right now. Gonna make the box collider more match up better with the actual leaves and stuff. It's kind of wrong right now. There we go, that's good. Let's try making a massive tree. Okay, one other thing about this click to place prefab. I think I want the parent to be the same. So like what I was doing is I was organizing all my trees under a game object named trees. But I think right now with the click to place prefab, when I do this, it'll just place trees under the main, yeah. main hierarchy. So I'm going to make it copy the parent, I think. I want to say there's actually a way to set the parent here. Yeah, transform parent. So we can do prefab. Transformed up parent. And I don't know if I'm gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna place the trees quite yet. I do think I should do the terrain first. So yeah, I think the mud should be darker. And yeah, I think I'm gonna build a bridge here. Or maybe this will be a, maybe I'll add a challenge immediately into the game. Maybe we'll make you jump across the water. Oh my god, the way this animates on and off is so annoying. It actually, I guess I'll leave this on, but it's like, what the fuck, Unity? Hello, KO2 fan, that has some interesting water. I think you're commenting on literally what I'm talking about. The water only moves when I move the mouse, because Unity only animates it when it re-renders. Unless I turn on animated materials, but then it's constantly rendering at like max FPS in the background. I guess it's not max FPS, it's kind of dumb. Kind of dumb though. Alright. Way too high. We're gonna make the player jump across little things of terrain because I'm too lazy to make a bridge. I should call this game Fuck the Player the Game. There have been some good meta games where it's kind of like commentating on you playing through the game. I think those can be pretty good. I think it would be difficult to do writing for those then, because it would rely a lot on writing. I just realized the riverbed, if anything should be filled with mud, it should be the riverbed. Good old Unity editor. It's pretty good now, I think. It's got these new terrain tools that have like everything you could need for erosion and painting, custom brushes. Now all I need is actually to be able to paint terrain skillfully. I don't even think I should bother painting this far over if the player isn't even going to go this far over. This is kind of what I'm doing, is like, don't even need to design the map where the player isn't going to go, right? Terrain has had a lot of love recently. Is this, these terrain tools are still like a hidden package? I'm wondering if they're ever going to build it into the actual engine. Because they are honestly pretty good. Or not just pretty good, they're like modern tools. Oh yeah, that makes the path so much better. Just a little bit of smoothing. I think their preferred way is to put it into packages so they can be updated outside a specific version of the editor. See, that sounds great until you get into a bunch of conflicts between versions, or like you try to customize the universal render pipeline and then you find that the package gets overwritten every single time. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna work on this trees leaves material. Okay, I definitely think the trees kind of suck. I think it's because of the texture. Whatever. So, if I do jumping mechanics like this, I probably want to have a good player controller that's actually responsive. I guess this isn't too bad. I think I'm gonna add my first actual mechanics. So when you walk in the water, it's gonna teleport you back here and take away 1 HP. And maybe I'll do a hardcore mode where you just instantly die. Why am I using it? I guess that was Unity automatically adding a mesh collider. And I guess I'll just make this a separate script. What do I call it? Water damage. So I think it's on trigger enter. Collider C if c.gameObject equals player I guess we'll need to check for the player component. I guess we can just check if it's the game object. I probably should play some animation or something when you go on the water. 3 reset point. I guess I should do the reset point as a transform. That way you can just easily set it in the editor. And then I'm deciding if I want to do an animation now. I don't think I'm just gonna quickly reset the player right now. And then we're also gonna damage the player. I don't think I've made a damage function yet. Do I have anything that updates? No, I don't. So I guess just go through and disable the current hearts. Yeah, so I guess I can disable them here by doing I equals health minus HP, I bigger than health, I plus plus, or I smaller than equal to, wait, no. Smaller than equal to health, I think. So then when we damage that HP, we disable the hearts. And I should check if the player dies here, but I'm not going to do that yet. Okay, let's try that. Stream is flipped upside down. Okay, whatever. Reset the player right here. So when they go in the water, they will get reset. Let's see if this works. I should actually move the player up there so I don't do all this walking every single time. Okay, so I am walking on the water, I think. And it is not triggering anything. I probably am misunderstanding how trigger works. Trigger enter, collider C. Let's do debug.log trigger entered by c.gameObject.name. So let's debug this. Yeah, I'm gonna move the player right over here so I can quickly test this. Trigger entered by player. So collider.gameObject is not the same thing as player.gameObject. Oh my god. Okay. So how do I want to do this? I mean, I could always just check if the name is player. Is there anything that requires I have my player script on here? I guess all the player interaction stuff coming out of the main camera. I guess I should either tag it as player or check if the layer is player. Yeah, we'll just tag it as player. Actually, I can't remember. What's the difference between this and just checking the game object's name? I literally think it's just as fast to check the game object's name if it's comparing strings. Okay, so compare tag doesn't add to the heap. That's cool. Oh, wait. So now I can't just set the player's transform. I'm gonna store the collider, I think. I'm thinking so that I can easily access the player's base transform, I should store it body transform. I guess this would literally just be getting the parent though. Like actually, yeah, I can actually just get the parent. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's try this. So I won't do an animation, but I think I will create a noise for when you get hurt. Okay, so that bugged out. It took away 2 hearts. I wonder if it called on trigger enter twice. So I need to add a cooldown if it triggers twice. No, it triggered once. Okay. So there is an issue in my code. So this should be health minus HP plus 1 smaller than health, I guess. Okay, so it's removing the wrong heart. Huh. So let's think about this. Health minus 1 HP. So if health is 5, we actually need to remove 4 right there, and then that just needs to go to health. Okay, actually, yeah. So health minus HP bigger than health. I'm going to create a little sound for you getting hurt. Okay, that. Why did that remove the middle heart? Let me log what ones these are disabling. Disabling. So it should go along and place the hearts from left to right across the screen. So disabling the rightmost, or farthest in the index, should disable the rightmost. Yep, disabling 2. I'm fucking confused, man. Do I have health set to 3 or something? Health is 3. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I'm just going to create a set health that goes through and enables and disables all of them. I wonder if I should check if the player's dead in either of these. Oh my god, there we go. Alright. What should the getting hurt noise sound like? Let's go on free sound. Okay, this is gonna be really dumb. I'm literally gonna search up pain. Okay, this this could be really funny or really bad. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Jesus Christ, my ears. You have a microphone, just make your own sound? Yeah, I mean, some of the ones that you get here are like, I would never abuse my cat, but I guess... Yeah. That one's actually... You're right, I actually kind of could make it. Man, yeah, these people are really in pain. Holy shit. See, if I recorded a pain noise, it would just be like, ah, fuck. Alright, let's record that. You know what? Maybe it will be better than these. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. I don't know about my own voice. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. It has a clicking noise at the end when I stop the recording. I guess I can remove that. Ah, fuck. See, then that cuts off the cut at the end. What would a getting hurt noise sound like? There we go. That is the sound. So how do you like recreate that? Like I literally think the best noise would be if you actually got the sound of someone just like getting slapped. Okay, it's huh. Maybe just record a bunch of different noises like that. I was planning on the person in this game being like an old person too. So if how do you do like an old raspy voice? Ow. 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 It's really hard to do voices. I should go get water. Ow. 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 Wait. Actually, let's turn that up. No, it still kind of sounds like me whispering. Oh. Ow. Ow. knockoff Batman.
Ow. Ow.
Okay, well, maybe I'll try adding some effects. I don't know why Audacity keeps having issues selecting all. I should do a pitch shift. Or maybe not even a pitch shift, but like an EQ or something. Do lots of noises and then you can pick which one you like. Yeah, that's the issue. My voice does not, I don't think I have much range.
Ow.
Where is loop again? Loop, loop, loop. Is it? Yeah, shift plus.
Ow. 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 Ow.
That makes it sound like an AM or FM radio.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Pitch from G to G.
Ow. Ow.
Ow.
Ow.
Ow. Ow.
Ow.
Ow. Ow.
Not, you know what?
Ow.
There we go. Ow. Ow.wav. Or .og. Ow 0, because maybe I'll make another one. What is ambisonic? Clip will be treated as being ambisonic. Let's Google ambisonic. Full sphere surround sound format. In addition to the horizontal plane, it covers sources above and below the listener. Unlike other multi-channel surround format, its transmission channels do not carry speaker signals. I don't understand what the fuck that means, and I'm normally pretty good with this stuff. To be understood as a three-dimensional extension of stereo, adding additional difference channels for height and depth. The resulting signal set is called B format. Its component channels are labeled W for sound channel, W for sound pressure, X for front minus back sound pressure gradient. Okay, that's way too complicated. That's kind of dumb. These are never... I have used many microphones. There is no such thing as like a perfect, for example, like, I think it's called cardioid or whatever it is, where like the microphone is only supposed to pick up one direction. None of these work perfectly. All of them have a tiny bit of like the sensor picking up the sound that's supposed to come from the other direction. It always picks up a little bit of the sound, even if there's not like a wall here. It will obviously pick up sound because any sound will go and like bounce off the wall and come back at the sensor. So like even if a sound is going like that direction, it'll get picked up as going that direction because of the way sound bounces around. I feel like that spherical audio format could only work if we could actually measure perfect audio directional sources, but we can't because of the way sound waves bounce around off stuff. So I'm trying to think what the best way of playing. I haven't really used Unity much for a while. Unity play audio source once. Like, do I just maybe just put the audio source on? Maybe play one shot. This is a good thing. Do I want to do play one shot? Or do I want to store an audio source? Plays an audio clip, scales the audio source volume by volume scale, does not cancel clips that are already played. How does this differ from audio source.play? Multiple sounds can be played using play one shot. Oh, okay, so it just, yeah, you still need an audio source. Let's actually look for this. Play audio without audio source. Is there a way to just play audio once? Can't stop it, can't change the volume. Yeah, but this is probably actually what I want. Okay. Audio clip. Ow. Ow sound effects. And then when the player gets damaged. Wait, position in world space? Is there a way to do this without... Play clip at point without position. Man, so I this function is what I need, but without the 3D audio. I get it's called play clip at point, so it's supposed to play in 3D, but or it's supposed to play literally at a point. I guess maybe I should just use an audio source. What's the reason behind not wanting to use an audio source? I thought it would be easier just dragging in the audio clip. If, like, my whole logic was I don't need any 3D audio stuff. And it feels weird stacking up like 20 components on the player of like audio sources and things like that. Okay, let's try it.
Ow.
It works.
Ow. Ow.
And I died. Alright, so it works. So maybe I will randomize it a little bit. Is the pitch as a scale value? -3 to +3. Okay. That might be too much, but let's see how that sounds. Also, yeah, I should program. So now that you can die, I'm gonna do a checkpoint system, just like how it resets you here. If you lose all of your hearts, it will reset you. I guess from there it might reset you back to the house.
Ow.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
So I'm thinking though, I guess I could just do it like how I have the stream reset point. I do a checkpoint trigger where you walk through, it measures the checkpoint, and it also sets a point where your player gets reset to. What I'm trying to think of is how to, like, I need to have this go into a like saving system. So I need to either like be able to mark the checkpoints with indexes. So I say like you're at checkpoint 1, you're at checkpoint 2, which I think is the most optimal way. But then the question is how do I provide, like, maybe I'll just manually set indexes for the checkpoints myself when I place the checkpoints, but I think the ideal system would be to actually have it. How would I automatically calculate the ID of the checkpoints? Like, that is something I think I would need to do manually. And like, yeah, the other thing is like there's probably going to be multiple scenes to this game, and having different checkpoints through the scenes. Yeah, probably not. So this is actually a really good problem to try to solve. Like, I don't just need an index of the checkpoint, I also need like what scene the checkpoint is in. So I think the question is, how would I automatically index that? Okay, that looks better for jumping as well. Okay, oh shit, maybe not. that actually failing at my own game.
Ow.
Maybe I should make the jumping higher.
Ow. Ow.
So like the way the player controller works,
Ow.
is it like you're not able to jump as soon as you like walk over a bump. So like you go down that hill and there's an instance where you're not able to jump because the collider is falling instead of touching the ground. And what I actually remember reading, like Mario and a bunch of cartoonish games will actually let you jump for like a split second after you fall. I feel like that might be the play, is add a delay jump where for a short period after you're grounded you're able to jump. I think that makes sense.
Ow.
Going to add that to my platform movement. Hold on though, I'm gonna go get water and stretch, take a quick break. Been sitting for like an hour. I think everyone else should stay hydrated and stretch and stuff too. Alright. So I'm just going to add very simple variable. I don't know how I'll do this. Time since grounded. I think so maybe increment this with each delta time. And then now can add an option to let you jump after being grounded when you can still jump. Jump, ground, delay. What do I actually call this? Jump, grounded, threshold, maybe? Ground time? Or time since grounded smaller than jump ground time? So let's try this. This should kind of let you pull off some crazy stuff. Okay, so yeah, now this lets you double jump. So I have to fix that. So we'll do time since grounded plus equal jump ground time. So that way you can't use the ground time delay to get a double jump in. But it should make jumping way easier over this, like when you start.
Ow.
I immediately still died. Okay, and there is still double jump. Why is there still double jump? Jump ground time 0.5. Time since grounded plus equal jump ground time. Jump delay. So grounded is automatically set to false, but collision stay might be called right afterwards. Okay, actually, so I don't need to reset time since grounded to 0 right here because grounded is going to be true. What we'll be able to do here is if grounded, then we set time since grounded to 0. Oh my god, there's still double jump. What the hell? If grounded or time since grounded is smaller than jump ground time, I guess we set grounded to false so that it doesn't reset this. There we go. Oh yeah, okay, nice. And now you can like kind of fall off the edge and still do a jump.
Ow.
That is, yeah, that is so nice. Okay, so that definitely works. Nice. So I'm going to work on these reset points and doing a checkpoint system right now so that the game doesn't crash when you run out of HP and instead resets you to a checkpoint. Let me see if this resets the player.
Ow. Ow.
Is this turning them?
Ow. Ow.
So that is not setting the player's look. Is it because I automatically update the look input from this yaw and pitch? I do. Set yaw pitch. So we'll just make this an easy function. I guess I should save the look input. I mean, actually, wait. I can just set this to public. Should I really be making everything public? At the same time, should I be making functions for everything? So I think what I need here for the look input is set or look rotation. So then you can provide a quaternion and it'll set the yaw, pitch, and roll to that. Or wait, yeah, this is a good question. How do I get Unity get yaw, pitch, roll from quaternion? I guess I can do quaternion to Euler angles or Euler angles. Alright, I'm gonna put some music on. I'm trying to think as well, not just about this, but about how I want to do checkpoint system and like saving what scene they are.
This is not a matter of personal vendetta, child.
He said who? I'm gonna try to finish this as an actual little game. I'm working on adding checkpoints and like damage to your health and stuff now.
Arctic music.
You're rewriting your render in Vulkan. I was gonna say that sounds crazy. Sounds like a lot of work just to do a little thing. It's gonna be such a pain. What are you looking for in Vulkan? So right now, I'm trying to design a checkpoint system that I can easily save. So like, I got this area that the player enters, and it saves it as like a save point where it'll save the player's health and stuff. And then the checkpoint has a position in the world and also like an ID in the scene. So like, I'm wondering, should I save the checkpoint directly as like an ID? Or maybe I'm thinking I should just save the checkpoint just as a 3D position, rotation, health points, and just like reset the player there and not even like worry about what ID it is. But then at the same time, like I need to check and make sure that you're not going to the same checkpoint or the other, so I need like an ID system. I want to try to do something maybe later, writing an MSDF generator and compute shaders. I don't know about that for now. Have you done one on the CPU before you've done it in compute shaders? I just want a modern API. I felt like using Vulkan will look good, even if I want a job. Easier to deal with Vulkan actually in Vulkan ICDs than OpenGL. You need a loader, etc., load of context. I mean, I think you need to like... I think all that stuff with Vulkan ICDs is literally doing a loader as well. I do agree though that Vulkan is very hot right now for jobs. Maybe I'll use Unity's GUID system, but I don't think it's constant. Is a GUID for an asset locked once the asset is created? GUID is constant. Well, Vulkan has many advantages when it comes to efficiency, and it's surprisingly well supported. Like, I sent it to a friend. Works on an Intel HD 615, but is that on Windows or Linux? So the funniest thing I've seen is that Vulkan is actually worse supported on actual GPUs. Like, if you hear about any of the issues that people have with Vulkan drivers, it's like never with integrated emulated drivers like Intel. All the issues are with AMD or like NVIDIA drivers for Vulkan. persistent unique ID. Float, which is the object's position, square magnitude. Maybe, but I just want to use something more efficient and modern. Fair enough. Does get instance ID change. Always guaranteed to be unique. I think it changes though. Persistent object IDs across sessions. Unity get game object by GUID. OpenGL state machine is actual hell. I rather deal with Vulkan issues and complexity than OpenGL weird state machine. I've never had, I don't have huge issues with the OpenGL state machine. I think most of the issues are that it's not necessarily the most efficient way. Okay, so it seems like GUIDs are kind of what I want, but I can't look up the object by the GUID efficiently, which is what I need to do. So, I think this is actually a good issue to run into, because this applies to other things, I think, besides checkpoints. Like, I'm thinking how would I do this? Maybe create a static class. How would I keep track of these objects? Automatic persistent unique ID. Problem with GUIDs is that Unity won't serialize them. Might want to look into execute in edit mode. Any script with that attribute will run in edit mode. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking, is doing a script that executes in edit mode, and then it registers your object in a static list of like unique objects with unique IDs, and then you can look up the objects in that list. It kind of feels like overkill, but at the same time, I don't know how else you would do this. I guess whatever. I guess I could just store the save data. The issue I had is I had a PDF of Vulkan cookbook and it's corrupted. What? So like, can you just not open the PDF then? This kind of looks like a turtle or something. I guess not. It's got like indents on its. Yeah, it kind of looks like a turtle. Crashes my PDF reader after a few pages. Well, shit. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking checkpoints are just going to be save points. It's going to show a little like game has been saved. I guess I'll put on the screen checkpoint reached, game saved. now I'm thinking about how am I going to do the save system. I think just creating a file that just has a structure of all the save data and then looping through and saving that. This would be a good test actually of this serialization generator. So I'm not sure. I guess I'll make this a class. It doesn't need to be a struct. HP scene actually I want to see if it works with vector 3s. I don't think I coded it to work with vector 3s, but let's try. Okay, let's actually look at the code. I can't remember if this is recursive. I feel like I actually coded this to be recursive and check if a function has a serialization. My namespace, get reference, fixed size buffer, loop through each field is array. No, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So it's just primitive types, which is okay. Player X, player Y, player Z. Should I store the scene as ID? I feel like storing the scene as ID might be kind of dangerous if I ever change the scene IDs. Did I do string encoding here? I don't think I did string encoding. So this supports list, but not string, I think. Kind of interesting choice. I might program this to support strings, I think. Alright, this is gonna need binary float. I'm thinking maybe I should put all of this maybe not. Putting all that in the utility file. Alright, player health, the current scene, your position, the yaw pitch. What else do I need to save? I think that's it. I think that is it. Alright, there we go. There's our serialize and deserialize. So now we can write our save data. Now I also have to think, do I want to save the data in your working folder? I think I want to save the data in the program's application path. Typically, this is bad practice. Most operating systems want you to write documents in the documents folder. That's fucking dumb. I think a majority of gamers go and look in the games folder to go and find the save files. Like, it's actually so dumb when you go in a games folder and there's no save files there, and then you go in like the documents folder or my games, and then you find another folder with the game's name and it's just save files in there. It's like way less efficient. Alright, so data path. Path to the game data folder. Windows and Linux player, path to executable data folder. Okay, so now we're gonna make a save and load function. I guess we'll do save first. So let's see if we can get the current scene ID. How do I do this shit again where I get the currently active scene? Unity changed their API. Get active scene turns the index of the scene. Yeah, so I think I probably want to store it as a name. I think that will probably be the best. So yeah, maybe I'll change this to a string. Let's look at doing string encoding in here, because it's honestly not that hard. C# already comes with string encoding stuff. Let me just finish writing this code though. I got the hiccups. And then we can serialize the save data to bytes. I seem to remember... Is it buffer overflow checks? Yeah, buffer safety checks, that's it. So that's how I check whether or not it's reading or writing too much data. Alright, so it checks for the float types. Fixed size buffer safety check. Is this... I need to check if this is... There might be a bug here. This might be checking twice. Fixed array slash list serialization. So if it's an array list, 1 equals array, 2 equals list. Yeah, so if it's a list, actually subtracts. If it's fixed, it assumes that, yeah, okay, it's actually working. So where do I want to check here? I think right at the beginning of this, of isArray, where I check if this type, if f type equals type of string. Let's try that. That's just gonna check if it's a string. Yep, okay. So now the thought process is, do I completely use Unity's built-in string, or I think I do. So I don't have any safety checks here either that like checks whether or not these are encoded or if the length is longer than what can actually be encoded. Alright, so do I want to do the inline primitive serialization? I think I do. So is string.length? Yeah, okay. Cast as a uint. I don't know what these trues are, but I think it's inline, little Indian, and inline deserialization. Count equals so what if it's not inline? What do I do differently when it's not inline? If inline, then no variable name. Otherwise, variable name equals. Okay. So I think, yeah, doing the same thing as this, basically, right here. So this prepares for reading from the for loop. Don't need to call clear because the strings are immutable. If buffer safety. Okay, so instead of multi-byte int sizes, oh, so we actually need to parse the string to test this buffer safety. Ah, shit. That's the issue. I'm kind of getting a headache. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. Alright. I want to get this, this string encoding done. So, how the string encoding works depends how we want to do the string encoding. I could always encode it manually as ASCII. I don't think I'm going to do that though, because C# uses UTF strings. So I think I'm going to try to add an option for you to choose. So I actually don't just need the length here, I actually need not the length of the string, but the number of bytes that is going to be encoded in the string. Okay, so let's do this step by step. We've got the serialization code. So, literally going to encode it to bytes. Now this is the system text encoding. So this is the question, which encoder do I want to use? By default, so let's just set up ASCII to begin. And so that serializes it, and then we need to output the length, which is what's done with the primitive serializer here. What if I didn't do inline? Is this because this isn't dot length, it can't be inline? I think that is the, yeah. So in the DC, I need to have the length here. So that this can be, if I name bytes.length, and yeah, it is dot length. Okay, it's length with a capital. You know, sometimes I feel like it's not capital. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess it's just always capital and it just auto corrects. Right, so length equals the dot length of the bytes. So then that deserializes the length. Oh, I just realized I need to do this twice for... Okay, hold on. Let me check something. I'm just going to assume C# text encoding accounts for endianness. If it didn't account for endianness, that would be ridiculous. Like, why even have... text.encoding endianness. Yeah, Google is so trash these days. Like, it's actually so fucking bad. It doesn't even come up with like the right documentation and stuff most of the time. Let's see if these pages mention anything about Indian. Get preamble method includes a byte order mark. For more information on byte order and byte order mark, holy shit, it actually doesn't automatically account for endianness. Are you fucking kidding me? It doesn't automatically account for endianness. You have to manually do this get preamble thing. Are you fucking serious, dude? Man, there's some stuff in .NET that seem really well designed, but other stuff like this, like, it's normally supposed to make it really easy for you, but then, like, shit like this is just like, are you fucking kidding me? For UTF, it says here that is generally more efficient to use the native byte order, which I think implies that they use native byte order. UTF, because it says they can use both big and little, but then it says it is generally more efficient. So this is the really annoying thing. It doesn't even say whether or not it uses a certain... Oh my god, that's so fucking dumb, man. I guess you can assume that ASCII will always be correct. And I guess you could do big Indian Unicode to... So I think that's what I want to do, is either do UTF-8 or one of the single byte order formats where it doesn't really matter about byte order. Yeah, so I think I'll add an option to do ASCII or UTF-8, and then those ones shouldn't rely on endianness. I'm just looking for the universal endianness. Do I need to... I think I do need to do stuff differently, because if I'm encoding the length as integers, then the integers will be different on different endianness. So even though the actual string encoding doesn't really matter, I still need the endianness for this. Okay. So we're going to buffer these strings so we can add them afterwards. Call them ASC and ADC for additive. Wait, is fname... Okay, no. I thought fname might have been like a global variable. Okay, so that encodes the bytes, that serializes the length of the bytes, but that doesn't deserialize the bytes. We need to deserialize the bytes right here. ADC. Wait. I'm mixing these up, I think. Yeah, so this ADC actually doesn't need to be here. This can be, or is supposed to just be DC plus equals. There's like the same thing here. But then why does this have plus FI name plus line end? What does this lead into that it has that? Oh, it was doing clearing. And I deleted part of that without doing... I deleted the clearing without deleting the variable name. Okay, there we go. So then, after this, we can now deserialize these bytes. So system.text.coding ASCII toString, or wait, getString? Yeah, getString. So I'm gonna need to get the index and the offset. So the index is gonna be offset, I believe. I do increment offset, yeah, offset plus plus, so offset and then the name plus the length. That should do it. And then we just need to do buffer safety checks, I think. Let's see if this works. Kind of have a feeling there's going to be bugs, but let's see. I should have turned off the buffer safety checks. Scene bytes.length. Oh, okay, it places scene bytes afterwards. Now that's correct. But then it never writes out scene bytes. Okay, so it never writes out scene bytes. And here I think we need to cast these from uint to int. Yeah, okay. So we got a few things to fix. So first of all, let's do the order. So I'm not sure if I should do that before or afterwards. So let's do encoding first. So after writing out the length, I'm wondering if array.copy is faster. I think array.copy is faster. I seem to remember it's actually about just as fast as a for loop. So buffer block copy is what I should be looking at, I think. But can also just do this manually. So for the serialization, this is the number of bytes. Can we use buffer block copy in Unity? I think we can. Wait, does this mention endianness? Importance of considering systems endianness when working with block copy, because Windows systems are little endian. The lower order bytes of a primitive data type precede the higher order bytes. What does that mean? Copies a block of bytes as a whole rather than one byte at a time. A source and dest reference the same array. Range overlaps. The values from the overlapping bytes are not overwritten before they are copied. This is confusing. It seems like it would be really simple just copying arrays, but it's not. How does the endianness change it? It doesn't say anything about endianness here either, which is in these byte results is where you expect the changes from endianness to be. Which byte of array element 49 is accessed first depends on the endianness of the computer that is executing your application. Okay, I do not think that matters. I don't know why they mention that, because I don't think it actually changes anything about the code. Do I need to even copy this to a variable? I only copy this to the variable for the deserialization. But I think I used that in the serialization somewhere. Maybe not. Let's see what else. I need to increment the offset by the number of bytes there. And for this, I think I just need to do offset plus equals. Because it gets it. Because it's getting this directly from the source array. So I think the one thing I need to do here is offset plus equals I think since we load the length, I can just do length like that. Let's see how that works. That still won't have the buffer safety checks. Okay, get the bytes, output to destination, the length. Okay, this is doing scene.length instead of scene bytes.length. This is supposed to be scene bytes.length. What is happening? Oh. Doesn't say scene bytes.length. Alright, so then block copy, dest offset. It's just supposed to be offset. Then offset plus equals scene bytes. Okay, I think this needs to be cast to an int, but besides that, I guess I could always actually cast this to an int right here. Length equals int. Actually, wait. Yeah, I wonder if I guess I should cast it there because it's more efficient. So then we don't need to cast this length to a uint or to an int. We don't need to cast it there either. Okay, let's see if this works, and then all we need to do is the buffer safety check and adding an option for the string encoding. Value cannot be null. Get type. Wait, where is that throwing an exception? Script as monoscript equals null. Get assembly, get type. Wait, what is happening? On GUI, get type. Huh. Try to load from script name. So I guess just if script name is not equal to null and script name dot length bigger than 0, that should fix that exception. So let's see, any errors? Alright, we get the bytes, we write out the integer of how many bytes there are, we copy the scene bytes into the destination, we increment the offset by the number of scene bytes dot length, we read in the integer of scene bytes, we get the string from the offset and the length. Okay, so now we can easily add the buffer safety check where we check if the length is too much. Alright, so where would I add this in? Did I do the buffer safety check before? Yeah, so right after I read the length, I do the buffer safety check. So if there's buffer safety, then I think we can add it on to the end of this ADC. And the NSC. Okay, let's check that. Actually, I was gonna go and add the encoding options quicker. Oh, there's errors. There are errors. So where do the first errors pop up? Small scene bytes dot length. Small 0. Okay, so it's the deserialization code that has issues. Oh, I have 2 slashes there. Let's do the text encoding while we're here. So I think I'm going to add an option. Unicode. Of whether or not it does full Unicode encoding. Why is this not working? Invalid arguments. Do I really need to put null at the end, or toggle? Oh, I have GUI layout instead of GUI content. Oh my god. Okay, so now if change the encoder, whether or not Unicode is enabled or not. Is that it? Unexpected slash. Oh, that's in save data. Okay, and let's write a little test to see if this works. Just setting these to kind of random variables to test. Is everything good this time? I think everything is good. Alright. So now I'm going to reset all of this. Set this to a new blank save data, and then we're going to deserialize. And then we're just going to output some of these variables. To make sure that they got deserialized correctly. So this is going to output how many bytes are being serialized and deserialized. Alright, so when we run the game now, we get a null reference exception. Okay. Well, that makes sense. New save data. Imagine trying to access a null class. Who would do that? Serialized into 32 bytes, deserialized 32 bytes. HP equals 1, y equals 5, x equals 12, scene equals ABCD. Our serialization works! Yay! We've already tested most of that serialization. It's basically just the string that we're testing, but it could always be possible that the string encoding actually messes up the other one. So okay, now let's try encoding it with limited string size and without Unicode. So this should actually save to smaller amount, or this should serialize to less than 32 bytes. Serialized into 29 bytes. Very nice. Very nice. So that is so much more efficient. Like, so this is so dumb as well, because like, so here's the thing. I could have just done all this with JSON. Unity has a built-in JSON utility now. I could have literally just done this. I should check though, does this rely on reflection? But yeah, I could have just done this in JSON. But Unity uses the Unity serializer. Object you pass must be supported. It must be a monobehavior, plain class/struct with serializable. Yeah. So I should have just done this, but one, it would have made people able to edit the save files by hand most likely, because JSON is human readable. and it's not efficient at all. So the really nice thing about this is it stores it in like super minimal number of bytes, and it's generally very fast, just like direct bitwise operations. Alright, so there we go. I am happy with that serialization. I'm gonna go have some lunch. Yeah, I think I'll be back this afternoon for more. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna try to make a little shitty map that you can like go across. Gonna put some trees in here, probably some like brush and stuff, some little detail objects. But yeah, I'll be back later. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me do some Unity development. Bye-bye. I hope you have a good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks for watching.